Hello tribe, welcome back to my channel. Whoever is new, welcome. And as you can see, I have 4 options today. Whoever is new, I read from abstract as well, and that's my intuitive deck. Just because I would like to give you more options, but I apologize because the time might be a little bit shorter for each pile just due to my own time constraints, but I think you'll still be able to pick up messages and maybe more specific for each of your situations. So let's start with pile number 1. You have this intuitive card over here. Pile number 2. Number 3. And number 4. Stop the video if you need some more time, and I'm gonna catch you in timestamps. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome. So, what we have here, I know I have a lot of cards, and each of them speak about a specific situation. So, what we're gonna be looking at will be your overall energy that's over here of next week's, and then we're going to look at your work, your relationships with people, and then your blockages. And then also we do have on the side, you can't see here, the animal tarot, and I'm gonna just read out the messages from there and leave it to you. I'll try not to interpret it too much. Okay, so maybe some of you will need to hear this message now, maybe for next week. Now, as usual, guys, it's a general, so apply as you will, okay? Let's start with your, I'm just gonna channel it a little bit before, like, just get the feeling of you and what's up with you. But it seems like I keep hearing for pile number 1, I want a change. And that change, when I thought of it, before even drawing the cards, 6 of Swords came out, and it made sense to me. It seems like some of you, it might be for some of you your current situation, okay? For some of you, you'll be like, you know what, I feel like I had to go through so many shifts and so many changes that I'm just gonna trust my gut and go with this change that's coming up, or do one last thing to see how it would go. It's something about you pushing yourself, okay, and saying, I've been scratched, I've been injured, I've went through so many things. Why can't I just jump on that hot air balloon and try something else? Because I've been places, you know, I've seen situations in my life. So it seems like you guys will be very much concentrated next week, not as much on relationship with other people. You will be concentrated more about your own career, work, and especially what is it that's gonna take you from point A to point B. Now we've got 4 of Pentacles reversed for your overall energy. So that's where we're getting this new fresh idea, because you'll be thinking, hey, you know what, money haven't been coming in my life as quick as I want it to come, or as I'm not being appreciated as much as I should for the work that I do. And I think you will start realizing some things the next week where you'll be like, is it, by the way, that's your blockage, I'm gonna talk about it a bit. Is it the 3D things that I'm seeking for in my workplace? Am I trying to find a better job or to do better for myself when it comes to career, so that I can buy these gemstones and watches and accessories to look good, while inside of me there are things that have to be fixed? And I think that's something that you will be like, no, you know what, I know that, and I always knew that. That's not why I'm looking for this inspiration, why I'm looking somewhere else maybe, and I think you've been contemplating about that for a while, guys. Something about your career, you had an idea on your mind for a while, and I think next week it seems like there's gonna be a time when you'll be like, you know what, this came out reversed. I put it upright. I don't know why I wanted it upright, but I feel it for some of you upright, for some reverse. So I'm gonna talk from both sides. For some of you, it's like, I'm not getting the equal cooperation when it comes to work. Therefore, I'm gonna come up with my own idea of some sorts, my own thing, and I will enjoy the F out of it. And that's something that's gonna be very important for you guys. And it can come through as little things, maybe the way you go about everyday tasks in your workplace. It's like you will start doing things differently, okay? For some of you, you'll understand that the cooperation was never there, and you'll be like, why don't I go by myself and explore something that I've always wanted to try, even as a hobby, and then see where it goes, okay? Because it seems like for pile number one, you really want to enjoy life. And the blockage is Three of Cups here in line with your work. It seems like you really want to have fun, but you cannot. And it becomes this frustration where you're like, I can't have fun in my workplace as much as I want to. Therefore, let's take a look at how can I come out of this? How can I find a decision or make a decision that does make me feel where I can put my talent of some sorts and my passion and make it my thing. It's something about you wanting to make it your thing, okay? Now, when it comes to relationships, you might feel a little bit stuck and in a low mindset next week. And it seems like you will be looking back a lot. You will be like, why was my last relationship like that? What do I have to fix? Why was unlucky is coming through? Why was I always unlucky? And that's something that I think for you guys will be advantage, because when you'll be looking back and analyzing your past relationships, you'll come up with certain ideas and understandings of why you might have had certain patterns in your life, why this specific person had to come in my life. And you know, if you look at this guy's head, it seems like it's like he's making out of these ideas and thoughts, he has painted those paintings and he's looking at them now like, okay, wow, that taught me this, that taught me that. And just take a chill pill next week. Try not to overthink so you don't get stuck in your head, but do it in a healthy way, okay? Analyze it. And in your blockages, we've got Wheel of Fortune reverse. That's something that I said unlucky, okay? And we've got death. But remember, Wheel of Fortune always spins, okay? So those people maybe were not your lucky ones, okay? You were not supposed to be with them. And the wheel spins and it's gonna spin to your advantage one day. So it's something about you saying, okay, even though I analyzed everything, I am actually kind of thankful that every single thing happened to me, okay? And for some of you, very small part, we've got death as a blockage. This is saying maybe you haven't finished thinking about someone, therefore you can't let someone new in your life, okay? And that's really, really important. So it's fine to analyze it, write it down if you have to, close the book, move on, because when you are stuck to those past energies of someone else's, okay, you're not allowing new people to come in your life, and that's very important. That's why death is a blockage for you, reverse death, okay? It hasn't come to an end fully. Now, let's take a look at what the Animal Tarot wants to say. I'm just gonna read it out for you, okay? It says, caution will help you avoid the loss of valuables, including non-material resources, such as time or peace of mind. Be aware of the results of your own actions, as well as what others might be doing behind your back. So this is very much tying in for me with this, okay? Those valuables that you might lose is your peace of mind for some of you, okay? And time thinking about it. So as I said before, do it, give yourself a certain time frame, and then forget about it so that you keep all your valuables. Make sense? Then we've got the moon. It says it's important to trust your intuition even if you are unsure of what's happening. All will be revealed soon, so worry isn't necessary. It's all about you guys understanding. I think for some of you are in this state now. Worry is unnecessary in this situation. It's easy to say, hard to do, but really feel it and just forget about what's on your mind, what's bothering you guys, okay? Let's take a look at the last one. I've had to pull only 2, but this one wanted to come out. I took it. And look at this. It says you're falling in love or experiencing a deepening of emotion in your current relationship. Marriages or romantic partnerships in distress can still be saved. Don't give up. This card, don't take it word by word. I'm seeing that this talks about in general, relationships in general in your life, okay? Not only romantic. Maybe if you did have a conflict with someone, this is saying distress can be solved, okay? So don't give up on that. But don't push it to be perfect, or don't push it to be the way you want it to be. Just let it flow naturally. But if you did something, just apologize simply, you know? Or if that other person did something, talk to them. It's simply, and it's also, you see, it's telling about a new good relationship coming in your life. So again, remember, you have to have this death upright in order to start something new. So that's done and over with, okay? So pile number 1, I hope that made sense. And I'm gonna catch you next week. Bye for now. Hello people, whoever has chosen pile number 2. So very interesting energies. I didn't really get a grasp of it because I thought I'll just do it on camera, but I'm gonna give you an overall. So what we have, your main energies over here, then we've got your work, then we have blockages from both sides, then we have your relationships with people, blockages from both sides, and then we have 2 cards as advice or whatever message wants to come through. I've pulled from the Animal Tarot deck that has quick messages on them, okay? So give me a minute to tune into you. I see. So what's happening here? It seems like some of you have been losing your... And I keep hearing... I wasn't steady in the recent past, but it's emotionally steady, okay? And I keep hearing ex-ambassador song in my head, unsteady. Maybe listen to the lyrics, listen to the song, maybe you're gonna take something out of it. And my head started hurting a little bit now, so maybe it feels like some of you have been through maybe strong energy shifts, or you had headaches. It's something about that. But how I'm picking this card up, even though it's supposed to talk about your future, I'm not seeing it that way. This is your backstory. What's happening, you're shifting from this energy where, hey, I'm not grounded, I'm not okay, I should be like that, but I wasn't, okay? And you're coming back to it, but you're coming back to it with a bang, okay? Because take a look at this here. Whatever the stagnant period you had, it seems like it was there for you to prepare you for something much bigger than you maybe have imagined. And it can be as simple as massive realization, or fresh spark of motivation, or an understanding of some sort that maybe you haven't had before. And it comes with a bang, and it comes so quick. And it's like literally you start seeing your world in a much clearer way, and you know where to go. I don't know, this is a big shift of energies for you guys, whoever chosen pile number 2. Now let's take a look at your work and your relationships with people. Okay, let me tune into this. Regarding your work, I see a lot of you are business-minded people who have chosen pile number 2. And you might decide to put your business on hold, or to do less, whatever that business means to you. For some of you, maybe you have like a hobby of some sort that brings you money. Some of you actually have your own businesses, I see here. Some of you maybe had an idea of a business of some sorts and you might be putting it on hold. Now, generally, for all of you guys, whoever doesn't have their own businesses, it seems like you will decide to do less next week so that you can get your spark back. Maybe you have been overworked, and it seems like a week from now you will be, I'm hearing, tidying the mess, tidying, putting things in places, okay, figuring out what's the next step, because you are someone who's very respected in your workplace, and it seems like you won't care about it as much. A week from now you'll be like, you know what, I'll put this on hold and I'll start to think, what is it more of a long-term thing that I can make happen in order for me to work less but in a wiser way, you know. And I also see, for some of you very specifically, I see that you will stand up. You'll stand tall, okay, when it comes to your workplace. So if there was a situation that kind of made you felt left out in a cold, or you were not as appreciated, you'll be stepping back in your power and you'll have some kind of recognition, I'm seeing, okay. So that's for those who are working for someone else, but it might apply for those who have their own businesses. It seems like I keep getting this. Someone has two things that they're juggling, okay? So it might be very specific for some of you. So if it's not your message, leave it. Someone has been juggling a couple of things at the same time, and next week they decide to put one thing on hold in order to concentrate on something else, okay? And I'm gonna leave it with you. Now, when we tune into your blockage, the blockage is there is not enough freshness, there is not enough spark. You know, if you take a look at this Queen of Pentacles, she is Queen of Pentacles, but in this deck she is the Queen of Pentacles that isn't very happy with what she has. And I think that's the realizations you will have a week from now. I can't pick this card up, someone help me. I literally filed my nails so short. So here we go. Wait, I'll focus for you. Here we go. So you see what's happening here. She's got the fire, but the fire doesn't make her happy, doesn't make her warm. It's something about you needing that warmth. And I think I'm picking up that intuitively. There's going to be one person who will help you out when it comes to your work. And this is someone also who is very business-minded, I'm feeling. Someone who dresses well and is very classy or very reputable, or someone who is just respected, okay? And it seems like that person will help you out in a certain situation. Now, whoever you are, I applaud you, pile number 2, because you are really hard workers, and it seems like you could do anything to reach your dream, to follow your dream, your goals. This is very important. And it's important also for you to know when to take a break and not to feel bad about it, okay? You need a break, you need to recharge, go ahead, lay down, have a nap, okay? Simple as. Don't push yourself too hard. Don't drink 5 coffees a day. Just listen to your body when it's time to slow down maybe, and take that little break, okay? Another blockage we have over here, it's 5 of Hazards reversed, so I'll just show it to you upright. Well, now that's what I said about, you know, cleaning things up. Literally, if you can see in this card, this is something about maybe you needing to fill documents in, something you haven't finished, something that you will be taking care of that maybe has been on your mind for some time, but you are like, I'm gonna do it next week. I'm just gonna take care of it next week. And that's why maybe you'll be putting some things on hold, because you're like, hey, I need to concentrate on something else here. And it's a really healthy way to go about things sometimes. Let's take a look about your relationship, and we have a telenovela here. Take a look at this. It seems like you will be, okay, for you it's, as I say, this is relationship spread, meaning any kind of relationship. I'm just gonna describe it in a more abstract way. Someone was in the past hurt or mistreated by someone else, and they wish justice for them. Now, I think you will be coming to realization that that was never healthy for you, and you'll be like, you know what? I wish you the best, because that wasn't, clinging on to this karma thing wasn't healthy for me in the first place. And it's something about you guys finally understanding that, literally getting over it in a way, and starting, that's what you need to do, guys. Start trusting people again in any relationships in your life, because justice will always be served, but it's not your place to be the justice, okay? It's the bit out of our hands, and universe sees everything, God sees everything. So what goes around comes around. Now, if you haven't been hurt, this is saying you'll start trusting people again, okay? This is all in the past. These three are all reversed. You're like, okay, been there, done this. Now I'm gonna start opening my heart and actually maybe trying to start being a bit more empathetic without thinking that I will get hurt again. And it's a really, I encourage you, pile number 2, to concentrate on that. That's a really healthy approach. And if you'll catch yourself next week that you are like, you know what, maybe that's gonna happen, or maybe this gonna happen. There are so many maybes, but how many times the scenarios you run in your head actually happen the way you imagined it to happen, because you imagine things happening in the worst way, right? So it's something about you trying to take a chill pill and releasing a lot of things. It's a lot of like release. And for some of you, that was your blockage for some time. Maybe you couldn't cry things out, maybe you couldn't release it, whichever way you do it. Some of you cry, some of you maybe go, I don't know, boxing or whatever it is that you do, go to the gym or go for a walk. And it's something about you finally understanding what was your blockage so that you could move forward in any relationship in life, okay? Now, the other blockage we have is Knight of Swords, and I think that's something that might have been on your mind for some of you guys. How do I make sure that whatever relationship I have with people is healthy and is not fast-paced, and we can actually sit down and enjoy our conversation, okay? And maybe for some of you, you might be hot-headed yourselves, and maybe think, how do you approach arguments? If you feel like you're very emotional sometimes, maybe choose not to reply, and reply after some time instead of shooting their head off. Because I feel like next week you might be on fire, literally, like as I said, I looked over here, on fire, okay? Let's take a look at what Animal Tarot has to say, and I'm gonna try not to interpret these too much. I'll just pass a message. It says, oh, strength. True strength is displayed through kindness. Well, here we go. Forgiveness and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. That's a reminder for some of you who needs to hear that, okay? Then we've got Prince of Winter. See how much action is happening next week. It seems like things will start moving much faster than you thought before. It says, get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and make your decisions quickly. Okay, so I'm just going to leave these messages with you, pile number 2, and I'm going to catch you next week. Bye for now. Hello, people. Whoever has chosen pile number 3, here we go. So how it goes today, I always like to change things around, guys. And we've got 2 main energies for the next week. Then this is talking about your work. These 2 cards from Zombie deck are the blockages. And then we've got your relationships over here. Any kind of relationships, okay? with people in general, and 2 blockages from both sides. See what cards want to say. Now for you, I wanted to pull the Animal Tarot deck at the very end because I had it ready over here for other couple of piles, but I was like, I kind of feel like pulling it in front of camera. Don't know why, don't ask. Let's see how it goes. So let me tune into you guys. It seems like in general you are someone who's not very traditional, someone who has a mind of, I keep hearing, unconventional way of thinking. And for you guys in general, would it be next week or would it be next year? That's a very general message, kind of far ahead, but I'm just gonna say it. The way to your success is unconventional thinking, is getting yourself out there and inventing or doing something the way that wasn't done before. And that's gonna be, for some of you, happening next week. It feels like a lot of you have already an idea what it is, but some of you will be coming up with this the next week. And don't think that I'm telling you, sometimes when I say to people such things, they might expect like a magical bang or blast, of realization what it is. It comes from little things. When you suddenly maybe have an idea, why haven't anyone done like jewelry from this and that material, or why haven't I seen a lot of shapes like this? And then you go, maybe I should just experiment on my own time and see how it goes. And then you start taking pictures, and then you see that people maybe want to buy it from you, around you, and that's how things start progressing. So this is, I think, happening for some of you next week. For some of you, you've got an idea. For some of you, it's gonna be a bit in the future, further ahead. But really like the way you think, pile number 3. I'm getting a very strong, very optimistic, very kind of someone who would invent something one day, or someone who would known for something specific that wasn't done before. Maybe teachings of some sort. Maybe the way you approach spirituality is a bit different. No one talks about something. Go ahead and do it, because one of your blockages is, love this High Priestess in this deck, is High Priestess reversed. Take a look at her. Isn't she amazing? That's not your regular High Priestess. And why? Your blockage is literally you maybe trying to think the way that everyone else is thinking. And maybe you might think sometimes that, hey, you know what? I don't know. That's your another blockage. I could never maybe be successful in that because it's not something that I've seen out there before. And that is your key to your success. You see what's happening here? So whatever is happening for pile number 1 when it comes to, 3, when it comes to work, you'll have an idea of some sorts. Some of you just have changed jobs or will change jobs in the future, and that's gonna bring you happiness, guys. And I mean, take a look at these 2 energies. First off, when I pulled Ace of Pentacles, I was like, okay, amazing. Then I pulled 8 of Cups and then the Sun, and I looked at how those 2 went together. And at the very end, I pulled the blockage, and look at these circles here, and look at that circle over there. I mean, it's you are very consistent, guys. When you are thinking about something that you want to do, and the consistency with some kind of new idea will bring you success, and most importantly, happiness in life. Okay, so go out there and get it. Pile number 3. When it comes to your relationships, let me tune into this a bit. You'll be very much concentrated on your family next week. Some of you who have husbands or wives, you will be all lovers, but like really, I'm getting like long commitments. Okay, you will be concentrating on that. and not as much on work. And others of you will be, who are single, will be concentrated on work. When it comes to family matters, I feel like you're gonna have a good get together. Okay, it seems like maybe you haven't seen someone for a long time, and you might have a visitation of some sorts. It's like I'm hearing I'm longing someone, and I'm gonna get to see them. So it's something about this energy where the tribe is together again, literally, you know, and you might be planning your finances when it comes to your family matters. So how can I get this idea, or how can I make this idea successful in order for me, or this job, or achieve something in my career, so that I can provide for my family. And that's going to be, money will be, and career and business in general will be very much on your mind 7 to 10 days from now. And it seems like, it's funny how we have the blockage is the magician, and it's usually someone who goes out there and does everything that's needed to be done in a very good manner and gets things done quickly, okay? But see, your blockage is the magician because some of you guys maybe sometimes take on too much on your shoulders, and life goes, you know what, you need to be in a hangman position sometimes, take a chill pill, and you will come back to your work pretty soon, okay? Now, it goes the same for relationship. If you, because this whole reading is just a lot about work, that's why I'm picking up that way. But when it comes to relationship, maybe some of you want relationship to come quicker, to have family and everything settled, or have this picture of your perfect wedding or your perfect family home, you know. This is saying you need to take your time and don't rush these things, and that's something that you will be realizing 7 to 10 days from now. At least that's going to be something on your mind. And we've got the world reversed in a position of blockage. How I'm picking up it from the regular meaning of the world, how I take the world, usually it goes distance for me, you know, I see it as a distance card. So for some of you, there is a blockage between you and your significant other, and the blockage is being distant, would it be emotionally or physically? And because it's reversed, I really think that someone's gonna see someone next week, or at least hear from them, okay? Wait, let me focus this. Can you see that happening? It's like people are secretly getting together, okay? I don't see that as a blockage as much. I see it as someone maybe even will try to hide their connection with someone else, sneaking behind, you know, doing things like that. Maybe you will not want to tell someone that you have a crush on someone. It's something about you being a bit sneaky when it comes to relationships 7 to 10 days from now, because I think you don't want the whole world to know about certain things, and it's okay. Keep things to yourself, because I feel like you're not someone who goes out there and tells the whole world about your business. You might be a little bit more closed off, but in a healthy way, where you like, people whom I know, whom I love and trust, know what my plans are, but everyone else just gets surprised by me in life. Look at them, they on another adventure, they have another idea. They, by the way, pile number 3, you're really intuitive. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but some of you might have your own businesses, or you might start your own business that's closely related to spirituality somehow, or maybe if you did have that on hold for some time, it's gonna come back on track. It's something about you having this massive change. If you see the transition from 8 of Cups reversed, something that you have left behind, to the Sun, is just amazing, okay? So I applaud you, pile number 3. Let's take a look at the Animal Tarot, and these have quick, short messages, and I'll try not to interpret them, because I think for some of you that's something that you might need to hear right now. For some of you, it's gonna be talking about the future, okay? Let me see what we have. We've got Unity, and it says, embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a mentor, find a new teacher, or spend time with others who are also on sacred path. I told you. The tribe, you know? Look at how similar these are, at least in my eyes. Really, really nice vibes and very intuitive. You know, purple, intuition, your spiritual side, guys, pile number 3. Let's take a look at what else Tarot wants to tell us. Oh, really? Another? Okay. You probably, guys, are someone who are tarot readers, mediums, and I don't know, and you do energy work of some sorts. Not all of you, but I think you could. So here it goes. It says, fair decisions will be made after all the evidence is reviewed impartially. Have compassion for others and try to see all sides of disagreement. So that's just basically seeking for balance, okay? So I hope this made sense, pile number 3. And I'm gonna catch you next week. Bye for now. Hello people, whoever has chosen pile number 4. So how we're doing things today is your overall energy next week. And isn't that amazing already? I mean, what's going on with you guys? I don't know. This reading for the next week, there were a lot of energies of like swords, justice, and you know, getting things together and like forgetting about things is just amazing. I think it's a general energy and it's shown throughout, I think, 4 piles. So your overall energies, this is talking about your work. These 2 cards from 2 sides from the zombie deck will be talking about possible blockages. And then when we look down, we've got your relationships with people. And then we've got 2 blockages we'll talk about too. And then messages from the Animal Tarot deck. So let me tune into your energies, guys. What's up? Okay. You will be forgetting about things that were not right in your life. Things and situations, more so, that maybe were unfair to you. People who might have been unfair to you, and you'll be leaving that behind you. Literally. Do you see the shift? I mean, let me show you. This is talking about someone who didn't want to tell the truth or fully disclose about something, okay? And that's not your energy. That's someone else's. And you went through this, and you are going to be in a place where you're like, life, I'm ready. What's next? I can handle it. I know what to do, and I know that justice is on my side. And I know that whatever is happening is not to me, but for me in life, in general, okay? So I really like your approach, pile number 4. And you will be really much in your power because you have quite good and strong cards when I look at your spread. Let me tune into this. When it comes to your work, it seems like you might work in a job that requires logical and intellectual approach rather than emotional. And in general, some of you might have a lot of males around you in your workplace, or at least those who are males maybe are somehow more important to you or closer to you somehow than females, okay? And what's happening here, you do have 2 people that will be important to you the next week when it comes to work. One of those people, and that's the only pile I'm gonna actually draw extra cards to clarify because we have 2 people here and I need more, you know. You have someone who is very open emotionally, and you have someone who's very proud of their home. That's how I always see the King of Pentacles in this deck. This is someone who is not only good at their job, talking about King of Pentacles, and their family life, but they're also very good at how they navigate and how they juggle 2 things, okay? The home environment and the workplace. And they probably are proud of their home too. So let's see what that King of Cups has for you the next week. What is this first? Okay, here it goes. Okay, we've got Ace of Swords. It seems like this person might not have told you something before, but they will very soon. Let's see what is it that they're gonna tell you. Seems like they will tell you that someone has an eye on you. I mean, take a look at my page of cups. Sorry, pentacles. This is like, how you doing? It seems, and I mean, this is King of Cups, right? It all makes sense. So you might be told that someone doesn't want to tell you, but they have a crush on you. And I wouldn't interpret the Page of Pentacles in such way, but I had to because of the King of Cups. And that's how I see it in this context, okay? I mean, well, enjoy. Now let's take a look at what King of Pentacles will bring you. King of Wands, really? How many people are there? Like, do you have like a meeting or a gathering of some sorts when it comes to your work? Or do you have a lot of people following you? And it seems like each of them will want to tell you something. Eight of Swords, let's see what's that about. Eight of Cups. Okay, someone doesn't want you to leave or to be distant in the workplace. Distant anyhow, I don't know. Maybe you're just not very talkative. Maybe you're someone who's taken a break from a person somehow. Because that's keeping them guessing, and this person suffers in the Eight of Swords position. They're like, I don't know what I've done. You'll be very much concentrated, not so you see, people will be concentrated on you from your workplace. What you will be concentrated on will be your home environment. You'll be like, you know what, I ain't got time for this. It's something about you valuing your time differently the next week. And it seems like you have a lot of followers or a lot of admirers when it comes to people from workplace, or when it comes to people looking at what you do. Okay, and you're very strong. Keep on going. Seven of Wands. This is someone who holds their ground, stands in their power. So it can be a healthy way sometimes. Sometimes it can be a bit stuck up. So you know which direction to go for you guys and how you are. Okay, so try to be like that in a healthy way, and maybe don't block people out if they will be telling you nice things. Accept and absorb the compliments, okay? And really just enjoy the moment. Now, blockages, we've got Four of Wands. So that's how it looks like from the upright position. Here we go. Now, your blockage, guys, is, because it's reversed, you are perfectionist, you hate the mess, everything has to be the way you see things. And sometimes it might get in the way, okay? If it's not you, let this message to be heard for someone else. Sometimes you might have to be a bit messy. Sometimes you might have to be imperfect, because that's part of a journey. So allow yourself to make mistakes, okay? And then we've got King of Cups, funnily enough, as your other blockage, and it's reversed. Let's take a look at this one. Again, I'm seeing this as someone not showing. Okay, that's coming for you. Maybe you're not showing your emotions to people and not showing them what you think sometimes. And maybe that's your blockage, okay? So if you did show your emotions when it comes to your workplace, expressing yourself in your workplace, okay? Not showing emotions, but rather expressing what you think because of that brain over there. I think that would help you out in everyday tasks somehow, because I think you don't understand how much backup you have from other people until you start talking to them. Okay, so what else we've got? Let's tune into relationships. I'm talking, I think, for much longer for pile number 4, but let's roll it with it. Funny fact, someone might be getting a tarot reading about someone. And when I talk about relationships, this is any kind of relationships in your life. You might be inquiring about someone next week, or you just had. It seems like you are in general very intuitive and very powerful when it comes to relationships. So to the point where you like, I feel who is a player or who is good for me, okay? I feel it intuitively. I don't need anyone to tell me this. And maybe I'm getting this so like it's coming from up there, honestly, like intuitively. I will not settle for less in my life? Would it be my friends, choosing my friends? Would it be choosing to spend time with my family members? I am someone who is going to be going the way that I want to go. It's something about you not changing your opinion. And funnily enough, like, that's something that I applaud you for. And that's something that you have been working on hard for some time. How do you keep healthy relationships with people? How do you keep tricksters away? How do you make sure it's equal? Okay, but it's like you intuitively sometimes just can read people, pile number 4. Okay, and it can be as a blessing and a curse at sometimes. And when it comes to your romantic relationships, as an advice, you've got the Fool reversed here. The Fool as a blockage here. Well, it kind of can be reversed, right? But this is saying maybe sometimes you need to take a risk and allow people in or show your affection. It's something about maybe some of you not being affectionate, or you come across people who are not, and that's when you go like, okay, that's not my person, I'm gonna move on. Okay, and it's healthy choosing, but also maybe sometimes think from both sides and maybe just try. Maybe some of you guys in pile number 4 are just afraid to risk relationships because it seems like I've been there, I've done that, I don't want anymore. Okay, so that's your encouragement. Go on a date if you haven't been on one for such a long time, you know, like maybe try even dating apps if you felt like it. It can be really refreshing sometimes for some people. I mean, obviously I'm telling you because you're very intuitive, and you will feel that if that person is suitable, because you know how it goes with internet now, like it's unsafe sometimes to go on a date with someone you don't know, so be careful. I'm just gonna put it out there. But I feel like I'm telling you this because you intuitively would know through the picture of the person if that would be a fun thing to do or not. Okay, then we've got the Magician. You're like, I know whom I need. And maybe some of you do have an eye on someone. And, well, for those who do, I'm picking intuitively, make sure that two people work on this relationship equally, okay? So you finish this pentacle, then this other person comes and finishes whatever, you know, or starts a new one. And it's something about working, being equal partners, and that's what you're seeking for. And I think for pile number 4, that's gonna be important when it comes to 7 to 10 days from now. You have a chance to go out and meet someone new, or maybe to see a family or family member or friend you haven't seen for some time, but only if you take that risk, okay? Because the risk is your blockage. If you overcome your fear of some sort. Then we've got another blockage, and it's the Hierophant. I'm not reading these cards, by the way, by the regular meaning sometimes, so I'm just gonna go with the flow. This is something about maybe you hearing too many terrible stories from people around you, or seeing too many things in your life that kind of maybe put you off a little bit, or maybe things haven't been happening. It seems like you guys want something to happen when it comes to your relationships the way, again, you imagine it to be. How it's, you know, in those romantic movies, how it should be that way. But I think, again, you're a perfectionist. Maybe sometimes try and have a conversation with someone who's not as knowledgeable about something. And they might give you something that maybe you didn't know you even needed sometimes, even just by having a conversation. So I think for you guys, you're gonna have an opportunity when it comes to relationships, and you'll feel it intuitively if that's something that you want to explore, or you're just gonna keep on concentrating on something that you're working on. Okay, so let's take a look at, oh my god, I've been doing overtime for pile number 4. Let's take a look at your messages from the Animal Tarot. Okay, here we go. It goes, it's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or a chosen family of close friends. Congratulations. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling. I think that's something wrong over there, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. But it seems like that my brain cannot like process this. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage as well as raising happy, balanced children. But you got the hint, right? This is all about showing appreciation to one another, and that goes purely to your relationships. So that's really good for pile number 4. Let's take a look at what else we've got. Be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. So I'm not going to interpret this card. I'm going to leave it for you. Take it as you will, and I'm going to catch you next week. Bye for now.